Welcome back, fast food fans. Today on Fast Food Face Off, I'm throwing myself a little ice cream pizza party. We have Baskin Robbins Polar Pizza, and we have Dairy Queen's Treatzza Pizza. You guys voted, so we made this one a Reese's challenge. I can't wait to get into it. Let's crush some calories.
Fast food face off! Fast food face off! Fast food face off!
Okay, so first up, we have Dairy Queen's Treatzza Pizza. Funny name, looks delicious. Let's just kind of get into it.
Hey guys, just letting you know we'll be trying something different today. Instead of our normal history segment, I'm just going to be dropping in with some fun facts along the way, so stay tuned.
So right away, you get that Reese's chocolate peanut butter vibe. It is only complemented by the fact that they went with vanilla ice cream on this, because I guess you already have kind of that chocolate brownie base and then the chocolate peanut butter. So you just kind of wanted to just have a neutral ice cream like vanilla so that, you know, those flavors really shone through. And it worked in this instance. It's really nice. So this is supposed to be kind of a chocolate cookie fudge kind of base with vanilla ice cream, a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup kind of chunks, and then a chocolate drizzle. And it sounds pretty much and tastes pretty much like what you guys would imagine. It is going to be interesting seeing how this stacks up with the Polar Pizza, because there's a lot of differences, even though the flavor profile is supposed to be similar. But on initial impression, this is very tasty.
So the first Dairy Queen location actually opened in Joliet, Illinois on June 22nd, 1940. They now have over 5,700 locations in 30 countries, which is pretty impressive.
I am going to have to do my best to try to just kind of get through these, because the nature of ice cream, obviously it's going to melt. I'll let you guys know kind of if there's anything that I want to add in as I'm going through this. What is nice about this is that you are kind of getting the contrasting textures between kind of the softer chocolate for the peanut butter cups, and then kind of the harder drizzled chocolate that they had on top, almost like that magic shell that they sell at supermarkets to put on top of ice cream. And then you kind of have like a chewier chocolate brownie cookie style base, which is nice. It makes for a more complete bite.
So even though Dairy Queen pioneered soft serve in 1938, the Blizzard didn't actually make its debut until 1985. But that first year, they sold over 175 million of them.
I think what maybe would have been nice is if they would have put some sort of maybe like a peanut butter layer in this, maybe just above the cookie base and then in between the ice cream, because I think that it would have definitely drove home kind of the peanut butter vibe. So apparently there's supposed to be some sort of a peanut butter sauce mixed throughout the vanilla soft serve. I'm not really overly picking it up. If it's there, it's very faint. I'm not sure if that was on the shop's part or if, you know, the ratios are just off. I'm sorry if this is a little messy for you guys. I did not factor in how quickly this would melt. I will do my best with the next one to kind of make it so that it's not so ASMR-y. I think what would have been nice here too, to kind of cut through some of the chocolate and then the richness of the ice cream, would have been maybe like either a peanut butter drizzle or even like a caramel drizzle. I think like that salt balance would have definitely punched up the peanut butter and balanced out some of the chocolate and the unctuousness of the ice cream. Last slice. Okay, so next up we have Baskin Robbins Polar Pizza. Honestly, even just on name alone, they're both kitschy names, but it just seems like there was even more thought in like the idea of the name too. Just by looking at the composition of the pizza, it looks like a more composed pizza. So you have a chocolate peanut butter ice cream sitting on top of a chocolate chip cookie base. They have not only chocolate drizzle, but peanut butter drizzle, and then you have the chocolate Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, right? They kind of stacked and layered that chocolate and peanut butter vibe, and they made it so that the base was a little bit more on the plainer side, and then just kind of built up the flavors around it. I'm curious to see how this stacks up against the Treatzza pizza.
Baskin Robbins was started by brother-in-laws Irv Robbins and Burt Baskin in 1945, and they opened up their first location in Glendale, California. They now have over 2,400 locations in the U.S., and they're all locally owned and operated, which is pretty cool.
Right away, one of the big noticeable differences is the ice cream. So they went chocolate peanut butter ice cream as opposed to something like vanilla.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
I will say that I like the idea of their crust better. They also made the base a bit thicker. I would say the Treatzza, it's almost, like a very thin cookie, where this is kind of like a chewy, thicker kind of cookie base. It balances out the texture of the bite because it gives something for the ice cream and all those toppings to kind of sit on top. I will say too, the texture on this is different. So you're getting kind of more of a soft baked, kind of chewy vibe. Even the way like the ice cream set, honey roasted peanuts or something like that might have been pretty good on this. I think it would have added a little bit of salt to cut through some of the chocolate, and it would have punched up the peanut butter, and it would have also given a little bit of textural balance to a kind of softer, chewier bite. I would say with the Polar Pizza as opposed to the Treatzza, I mean, both are delicious, don't get me wrong, but I do think that there's a couple of components that this pizza had right and a couple of components that the other pizza had right.
Even though they're famous for their 31 flavors, the company's had more than 1,000 throughout its history. And over the years, they've had some pretty famous scoopers as well, which included Chef Bobby Flay and former President Barack Obama, if you can believe it.
If Baskin Robbins liked the idea of doing a cookie crust, I do think they missed the mark on that. It should have been a peanut butter cookie. To me, that just seems like a no-brainer. The chocolate chip cookie, I get it. It's simple, it's iconic, but I do think that the peanut butter cookie would have absolutely punched up all the other flavors that they had. I think that they just kind of missed an opportunity there. I'm just going to pretty much finish her up. The last thing that I did want to say about this, though, is that I do think what would have made me like this a bit more is I really do wish they would have went with vanilla ice cream, surprisingly. I thought that the chocolate peanut butter ice cream, as I imagine Baskin Robbins did, would play really well with the idea of it being like chocolate peanut butter forward, but the ratios were off in that I feel like this was definitely more chocolate forward than peanut butter forward. Oh, I am? Oh.
I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Last slice, let's finish her up. So, final review, right? So we had the Polar Pizza again, and then the Treatzza Pizza. We had Baskin Robbins and Dairy Queen. Just pizza for pizza here. I do think that it was kind of a tale of the crusts and then a tale of the ice cream, surprisingly. Now, when looking at the Polar Pizza from Baskin Robbins, I thought that I was going to absolutely like that pizza more than I did the Dairy Queen Treatzza Pizza. You look at it, it just looks like a sharper kind of dessert pizza. The overall pizza, in my opinion, was a bit underwhelming. It was overly chocolate forward. It was overly sweet. There wasn't enough of a salt balance there, and I do think that they missed the mark in some areas that would have overall improved that pizza, like having a peanut butter crust and then maybe some sort of a a nut or something with salt that would have kind of counterbalanced some of the fat from the ice cream and the overall sweetness and decadence from the chocolate. That being said, I do think that the Treatzza pizza had some nice textures between kind of that magic shell, kind of crispier chocolate coating on top, a good balance of chocolate and peanut butter and salt and sweet because they went with a more neutral base in the vanilla ice cream. I do think that there could have been improvements from the Treatzza pizza as well. I think that though the vanilla ice cream was good, it could have been punched up with either a swirl of peanut butter sauce or just a layer of peanut butter. And then I do think that I enjoyed the crust from the Treatzza pizza. That chocolate base could have been a bit thicker, and I think that it would have made for a more better balanced textural experience. Also, cost and calorie cost is factored in as well. We'll have it posted here for you guys. The price difference was kind of more of the deciding factor here. So the Polar Pizza was about $17, and then the Treatzza Pizza was about $13. Both of these were close in between the 15 to 1600 calorie ranges from what I was able to kind of gather online. Pretty marginal as far as each slice, about 180 to 200 calories per slice. A little bit pricey as far as the Polar Pizza is concerned, considering essentially it's just a glorified ice cream cake and not quite as filling. Both of these were similar in size. They were about an 8-inch and a 9-inch. I do think that the Polar Pizza was about 8 ounces heavier than the Treatzza Pizza. Even though the Polar Pizza is more expensive and a bit larger, I still think that the Treatzza Pizza, you're still getting your money's worth and your value's worth in the taste department and in your wallet, as far as that being the better of these two options. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. If you aren't already, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Please, please, please share the video. Also, this video was done based off of our Instagram. We had put together a post and then this was voted on. So head on over to our Instagram just so that we can stay engaged and we can see what it is that you guys want in future videos. And from us here at Fast Food Face Off, remember, if you are what you eat, always eat amazing.